Hi, I'm Steve from Bel Air, and I'm just going to walk you through the DF500 startup tutorial. So the first thing you want to do is wire the unit up for 220 volt single phase. Okay, you can see here. Alright, we plug it in. Now we power it up from the disconnect located on the control panel. Takes about 5 to 10 seconds to power up. Okay. The next thing we want to do is, on this home screen, is test the lift system. Okay. As you can see, it's moving up and it's moving down. If this doesn't happen right away, you'll need to switch 2 legs on the single phase wiring for the incoming power. This unit is shown with the optional stack light that indicates processing, cycle complete, or any fault that may appear. Next, we're going to load the media. Typically dry media, walnut shell, you load about 40 pounds. This media bin right here shows 40 pounds of media. An optional way to unload and load the machine is by unscrewing these little media tub handles and sliding the tub in and out of its chamber. Make sure that you fill your media chamber up within 2 to 4 inches from the top of the tub, as you can see here. So now I'm going to grab the pill punch tool holders and I'm going to load them into the machine. You want to connect the spline to the spline receiver. Align it correctly so it slides in. Then you want to pull the spring plunger out, push it to the top, release the spring plunger, and slowly drop until it fits right into the slot. Now you'll close the door, clear the screen, and jog your heads so the second head is in front. And we'll do the same thing. Align the spline, pull out the spring plunger, bring to the top, release the spring plunger, and slowly let it release into the slot, locking into place. So now we'll go ahead and load our parts into the pill punch tool holder. This spider is designed for 6 parts per head, and for this specific size pill punch. I'm going to load 2 now, but you would load as many parts as you can fit. Here, rotates over the head of the pill punch, allowing the pill punch to freely rotate during processing. Now that the parts have been loaded, we close the door and we come to the control screen. We press escape to clear our faults, and then we cycle over to our media tub homing screen. At this screen, we lift the tub until the bottom tip of the parts touch the top of the media. We call this process homing the tub. Once the parts have just touched the top of the media, on the control screen, we click the home button, which is also known as the number 3 keypad. At this time, we hit the return button this will give us the opportunity to enter the number of the depth that we'd like the pill punches to be finished at. For this size pill punch, we're going to enter 100 millimeters. And you click the return button again to finalize it. Next, we'll cycle over to the next screen and enter our process times. To enter the process time, again we click the return screen. This will show an underscore blinking next to the forward time. In this section, we'll enter 15 minutes. And then click the enter sign again. That will bring us to the reverse time. Here, we'll enter 15 minutes again. Once again, you hit the return sign, and that will bring you to the total process time. Here, we will set to 30 minutes. You now click the reset button located at the bottom of the screen. We cycle over to the next screen. This is our speed controls. Here we're going to set our speed to 60 RPMs. By hitting the enter screen, you'll see an underscore next to the RPM. Enter the 60. And you're all set. Next, we'll cycle over to the last screen, which shows our model number, our software version, and our total hours of usage. Anytime you have any maintenance issues, you come to this screen and you report back to us. We'll cycle over one more time to the main screen, and here we can start our process. It's important to note that the jog button can only be used while the door is closed. Okay? So we're going to click the start button. The tub should raise that appropriated depth that we entered of 100 millimeters, and the rest of the process should run out accordingly. As the process completes, the tub will drop to its unload position. At this point in time, you'll receive a message saying that your cycle is completed, and the option on the main screen is to reset that same cycle. So when it's finished processing, you can now open the door, adjust the spider, remove our parts, we can take 2 new parts, or however many you're processing, slide them into our tool holders, adjust the cam, close the process, clear our complete screen, click reset. By clicking this reset button, you have remained with the same parameters that you ran the original parts at as a constant recipe, and it's just a one-click start button to repeat the process. Now, at any time, if something should go wrong, we can hit the E-stop button. At this point, to reset the machine, you need to twist the knob and follow the instructions to clear the fault. Press 0 to reset, then escape to return. So we click the 0 button to reset, escape to return, and your current process time remains on the screen. So, if you'd like, you can continue the process by pressing start. If not, you have the option to reset the process, take those parts out, and label as a bad batch. We'll continue the process. The second process is complete, and you can continue on with new parts. Here are the tools needed for the maintenance operations. Everything is detailed in the DF500 manual. We have our first maintenance process, which involves tightening the idlers for the belt of the drive system, as well as replacing the belts for the drive system. First step is to get 2 large 6-inch boards in there, move the tub up. Then you drop this turret guard down using an Allen wrench to remove all 6 socket head cap screws. 2 on this side, 2 in the front, and 2 on this side. Once you have removed those, you can now lower the tub with the turret guard. This gives you clear access to the drive system. As you can see, there's 2 belts, one on the top, one on the bottom. Each belt has a tensioner that can be adjusted in 2 places. The first place you can use for adjustment is the cam on the actual idler itself. There are 2 hex heads, one on the top and one just below the idler. The second place to adjust the idler tensioners is a slot with 2 socket head cap screws located on the plate, as shown. To reach the second idler, you can jog the system and it's shown right there in front of you. As shown, the 2 6-inch boards support the turret plate. You would loosen both the idlers and then loosen these 4 screws here in the center that would release this turret to drop down. The second maintenance item is tightening the lift carriage assembly. First step is to remove the side panel. Next, we have the tie bar, which goes all the way across. It has 2 nuts on the outside as well as 2 nuts on the inside. We use that along with the lock bar, which is located just below it, with 2 socket head cap screws to tighten the assembly. There should be just enough play to spin the wheels manually. We do this on both sides of the lift table assembly.